You just messed with the wrong dog, growled a voice behind him. The Mafia boss's son didn't flinch as his shiny Italian loafer came crashing down on the belly of the canine, who whimpered and curled up in pain. The female officer, bloodied and on her knees, screamed out, "Don't you touch him!" But she was held back by two men in suits, laughing as the dog howled beside her. Onlookers froze, phones came out, no one dared step in. The young man, slicked back hair and a floral designer shirt, turned around with a smirk. "What are you going to do? Arrest me? I own this city." He looked directly at the soldier behind him, calm, silent, eyes locked on the dog. The SEAL stepped forward. He wasn't wearing his medals or a uniform that screamed authority. Just plain green fatigues, boots dusty from a quiet return home. But his posture, shoulders square, spine like steel, spoke louder than any badge or gun. "She's a cop. That's a service animal. You just assaulted a federal officer," he said, voice low even. "And now you answer to me?" The Mafia kid scoffed. "Who the hell are you?" "Someone who's buried better men than you for less." A tension ripped through the air. For the first time, the suits holding the officer paused. The woman seized the moment, ripped herself free and crawled to her canine, cradling his head. Tears streamed down her battered face. "Stay with me, Bear, please." 3 minutes ago, it was just a routine traffic stop. She'd pulled over the Maserati after it blew through a red light. She didn't know who sat inside. She didn't know her body cam would be ripped off. She didn't expect punches from bodyguards or a steel-toed kick to her partner. But now she knew exactly what kind of monster she was dealing with. And so did the SEAL. "Last warning," the soldier said, stepping closer. "Get away from the dog." The Mafia prince didn't listen. He raised his foot again, and that's when it happened. In one brutal motion, the SEAL grabbed the kid by the collar and slammed him onto the hood of his own car. A sharp cry echoed off the buildings as his cheek met metal. His bodyguards lunged, but didn't make it 3 steps. 2 swift takedowns, elbow to temple, knee to chest. Within seconds, all 3 were groaning on the cobblestone street. "You don't get to wear silk shirts and stomp heroes," the SEAL growled. The woman officer watched, stunned, as the crowd erupted in cheers. Some clapped, some cried. A child whispered, "That's what a real hero looks like, Mama." And then she looked at the soldier. Really looked. It hit her. She knew him. 6 years ago, she was on her first call. An active shooter at a veterans hospital. She was terrified. She could barely hold her weapon. But he was there, this same man, guiding her through, even while bleeding from a bullet wound. He saved a dozen lives that day. Never asked for credit. Just disappeared back into the shadows. "Your name?" she gasped. He looked at her gently. Not important. But it was. His name was Jake Rowan. Navy SEAL. 3 tours. 1 Medal of Honor. Lost his team in an ambush overseas. Came back alone. Never asked for glory. Only wanted peace. Until he saw injustice in front of him. The Mafia kid was now sobbing, surrounded by sirens and flashing lights. Officers rushed in. The crowd pointed. Videos were already viral. One phrase repeated in every clip: "You just messed with the wrong dog." As paramedics lifted the injured canine onto a stretcher, the woman held his paw. "You did good, Bear. You did real good." The SEAL stood silently beside her. "I thought no one would stop him," she said. Jake glanced down. "There's always someone watching. We just wait for the right moment to say enough." That night, headlines exploded. Decorated Navy SEAL takes down Mafia boss's son after canine assault. The mayor gave the injured officer and her dog the city's highest honor. Bear made it. So did she. But the moment belonged to Jake, who disappeared once again after giving his full statement. Some say he returned to his small town. Others say he still walks the streets of cities, silent, watchful, ready to rise when the world needs him again. But one thing's for sure, when evil wears silk and thinks it's untouchable, it only takes one man with a backbone of steel to remind the world that honor isn't extinct. If this story touched even a small part of your heart, drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. Your words matter more than you know. Hit like, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more life-changing stories.